Hello and welcome. So this is kind of going to be like a cross between a new moon message and a current events message. For those of you that do not know, the crown chakra of the planet was attacked. And call it what you will, but there is technology on this planet that can cause fires, that has caused fires all throughout the globe, right? If you look it up, there is a ray that essentially is kind of like if you've ever had a magnifying glass with the sun rays, right? And it puts a laser, a focus, a point of focus, and starts a fire, right? And people do this with their glasses, that kind of stuff. And it's becoming more and more apparent through the masses, through social media, through knowledge, that this is actually taking place all over the planet, right? Because places that have never been fire-torn have had fires rip through their communities, killing thousands of people. And this is just a PSA to stay in your heart center, to stay focused with clarity, right? And the people I'm talking to are the grid keepers. You guys are actual towers in the residence of your soul. Like, you specifically picked the DNA from the parents you picked to incarnate on this planet. And it's all about you understanding how potent your frequency is and how you can override the system of what these lower vibrational dark energies that are encompassing or overtaking the elites through these old archaic ways of essentially stepping into their soul, right? They're pushing the soul that is incarnated in the body out, and they are becoming a walk-in of sorts. And for those that resonate with this, for those of you that have done the homework, that understand that we are in a spiritual warfare, this is specifically for you. And for those of you that are not there yet, just let me plant the seed of what has been unfolding in our current reality, and how those that are the Life Path 33 have so much power and so much ability. You are essentially a walking Neo in the Matrix. You are a Lucy, right? And so once you understand how to hone your energy, you then can shift the divine matrix, the matrix, the anchorage, the anchor into the planetary alignment, into the grid systems, right? There are people of lower life paths, of lower spiritual evolution, that believe that they are doing this to the grid forms, right? But essentially what it is they're, again, tapping into a lower frequency, a lower vibration. Like, you have incarnated in a master number because you are instantaneously connected to the divine. You have the heart of the Father. And so once you realize that you can bend time frames, you can bend manipulation of energy, of frequency, of, you can look at somebody, and some of you out there are able to read people instantaneously, seeing medically what's going on with them, seeing vibrationally what's going on in their mental body, understanding like how they're attracting in the matrix, in this divine reality, right? And so knowledge is power, and clarity is power, and go seek your own information, right? All the information is out there. All you have to do is ask for truth, to ask for light, to ask for divinity, to ask God to truly allow you to see what it is you need to see in that time frame, right? And for those of you that are still operating out of a state of karma, that are still understanding and trying to flip into dharma, that are trying to get to paradise, right? Are trying to get to Paradiso, are trying to get to your own Eden. Understand that all of these things are kind of set up for your success. Even your failures are still set up for your success, for your own evolution, right? So through every adversity that you are currently experiencing are going to continually unfold for your highest and best good. But the thing is when you tap into your records, when you tap into your own Akashic records, because those of you that have these gifts, those of you that are life path 33s, because there are going to be other life paths that are going to find this message, right? But this is specifically designated for the 33 life paths. Your Akashic records have been manipulated. They have been rewritten. And if you ask somebody in a lower life path to read your Akashic record or to read your birth charts, right? Know that these people, if they're truly trained in God's light, they're going to see what you are capable of doing. And as a form of the enemy is they are going to manipulate and try to make you feel less than what you actually are. And seek out your soul tribe. Seek out those that have similar processes that they've had to incur in this lifetime, right? Because not many people are going to understand the journey of the master. If you have looked throughout history, if you have looked through the evolution of this planet, there have not been that many masters on this planet. Not many have been able to recreate what Yeshua created, right? And so have there been other life paths through the periods, through the times, through history? Absolutely. Have those been the ones that have actually shifted the paradox that we are currently living in? Absolutely not. Right? There's a reason why there is opposition in the current reality. There is a reason why there's been opposition and knowledge has been half truth. Because those that are the victors write the history, right? And so this is where your ability of discernment comes back into play. As you're going through and you're reading books and you're becoming the alchemist and you are becoming your own sovereignty, ask to read between the lines. Ask to see your own truths of what it is that God wants you to see, that is going to help you evolve and help the planet evolve with you, right? Because as you step forward onto your highest timeline, you help another 33 that is struggling, that happen to pick your same birth chart on this planet. Think Sense 8, right? Think pods. Think blueprints. And so you are going to get more sensitive because the moon system and the pathways are opening up for this wounded healer to be birthed into this cycle, right? For those of you that are having children during this time frame, it's very important for you to set your kids up for success, to understand the blueprints that they are incarnating with, right? The kids that are currently coming into the planetary alignment are that of the wounded healer. They have the ability to instantaneously heal, to instantaneously transform all of the physical bodies. These kids are going to come in with karma. These kids are going to come in with these weights on their shoulders, per se. And your job as a parent is to fully understand how you can step into your highest timeline to fully and completely clear, cancel, and release all of the contracts that you've had prior to these children's incarnations, because your job is to be the guiding light for these kids, to create the bubble of protection, essentially thinking of yourself as the shield, as the wall, to allow them to truly work through the things that they need to work through. Because if the wounded healer can become the evolution of, then you're essentially healing the grid formations that these lower polarity individuals are trying to collapse. Everything has a sequence for something else. Everything is energetically before it is physically. And so as you're going into this next season, whatever season you may be in, ask yourself, how can I get on my highest timeline? How can I start being more sovereign for myself? How can I start utilizing my own psychic discernment? How do I understand that the things that I'm seeing are all part of my timeline, all part of my divine path? Like, if you have not gone back into when you were incarnated and what was taking place in the world, right? Because there is a ripple. It's essentially a mirrored effect that happens throughout your period of lifetimes through, say, 18 or 32 or, 46. And these markers essentially are portals, pathways, tunnels that are going to give you answers in your incarnation cycles, right? And so I'm going to just throw a couple of these cards because they just said to. And hopefully something in this resonates for you, right? Maybe you've been feeling this. Maybe your emotions have been all over the place because of the fact that you can... Oh, I just got goosebumps. You can feel the earth. You can feel the earth cry. You can understand, if you've ever been on Maui, what a sacred vibrational place that is. And although that is the foundation of the blueprint of the crown chakra, it's no longer where she lives. She has shifted and changed locations. The Holy Grail. Stop the endless searching. The quest is inner. All paths lead you to home. Your inner authority and your intuition is the portal. You are a walking portal. You are a walking tower. Heal at this time your mother's lineage. Heal your ancestors. Ask them for assistance in stepping into the forefront of what you are supposed to know as you proceed forward. See if your maternal grandparents can step forward and give you the insight. Try to recall the stories that they told you when no one was around, right? Because that was a window to your higher self. Your higher self, for my indigos and my crystallines out there. Your ability to pull information out of people knowingly or unknowingly is starseed knowledge. You were encoded and encrusted with the information to pull forward the vibration of truth and light, to truly shift the planetary alignment into a new age. Start meditating on this ability of the knowledge that you've gained in this lifetime. And ask to see the things that you didn't see in the moment. Ask your guides to show you. Ask your grandparents to show you. Ask your great-great-great-grandparents to show you, right? And as you are working through this, from the new moon to this next full moon phase, this is going to be like a unfolding, a blossoming, a rebirthing of a connection to not only your higher self and to your own intuition, but it's also to the spirit animals and guides that you walk with, right? Everything is reattuning so that you can start getting into the work. And when I say the work, it's the work with you. Like, for those of you that are out there still seeking about another person, like, this channel is not for you. You have more work you need to do, and I'm not your reader. But for those of you that are ready to get on a higher timeline, that you are ready to do the work, not only for yourself, but for your tribe, right? For other 33s. To do the healing work to help the earth evolve, right? Laying your own grid formations. For those of you that are gatekeepers, like, you have markers all over the planet, and with a little bit of concentration and a little bit of know-how and a little bit of ingenuity, like, you can reactivate your polarities of those towers that you have placed in the planet. The last thing they want is for you guys to wake up. The last thing they want is for you to step into your power and your confidence and your understanding that you are more than your actual environment. This is for the people that have gotten past the mental body, that have gotten past these entity attachments that have been plaguing your emotions. This is for the warriors that have been doing the 7-year journey. You've done the work. And now it's time to amplify, and it's time to really, truly start seeing the what you've been putting out into the world come into being, to understand that those setbacks, to understand that those roadblocks were all part of the process, right? You had to think that you were on your last leg. You had to actually feel like you were on your last leg, your last dollar, your last mental strain, right? You had to think you didn't have your gifts. You had to believe the bullshit that people were telling you, right? Because in order for you to truly get on a higher timeline and get to your highest potential in this lifetime before you retransition, it's very imperative that you understand that you are the cup. That your cup is full. You fill your own cup. You are the grail. For the women out there, like, you have to understand that your DNA structure and your codes are what lower vibrational entities want. Every single karmic individual wants your womb. And if you have not been celibate, I would highly suggest that you get a yoni steam and you become celibate. And you really get into the you with you, and you become your own alchemist, and you become your own magician. And you understand that this is a battle for DNA evolution, right? To create the superhuman. Both of your parents are gifted. It's already common knowledge. The people that are coming online now that have all of the claircognizance, clairsentience, all of the clairs, right? You're empathic. You could be Hiroka, right? You are healers. You already instantaneously understand how to run your own energy. You are connected to the earth. You feel the earth. You feel the plants. You feel and talk to animals. These are all common knowledge things. Every single 33 that I'm talking to, you have this ability. If you have yet to experience it, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want to start doing groups where we start meditating together and we start learning how to work with your gifts, that's something I definitely am looking forward to doing. But I will not start until there is enough of a demand where people are ready to do this work. It's not for the faint of heart, right? It's time to drop the curtain of the illusion, of the veil that they have been manipulating on the planet. The enemy has an old playbook, and that playbook is horribly outdated. And all of those vices of old that have attempted to keep us in the root chakra will no longer avail. It's time to flip the script. It's time to truly create new. I'm going to leave that there. So if something in this resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the video circulate and it gets to more 33s. Be well. Ciao.